Welcome to the Become Sensible podcast, where we discuss practical accounting, finance, and tax for everyday business. I'm your host, Fiona, and I'm here to show you that no matter what your business financial situation is, you can change it. Welcome back to the podcast, Become Sensible. And Happy New Year to all of you. I know normally the beginning of the episode of the year, we will talk about a lot about planning, about the mindsets, about strategy for the new year. But today, because some of the regulation changed during the last month of last year in December 2025. So today is a special episode related to some of the business that get affected by this new requirement. And that is for the company that has the certified as a AA company. So it's a very specific and special regulation. So if your company is certified as an AA company and want to keep the AA certification for moving forward, then this episode is for you. So in December 5th, there was a new requirement from SBA issue a program wide emergencies audits, and it requires that every company under a word certified and want to keep the certification need to upload their informations for the SBA to audit the financial records. And some of you, if you have AA and you say that you don't, you haven't won your first AA contract, yes, and so you might thinking that might not apply for you, but it does, because SBA is only not only review the contract, the one that under the contract, but they are review the eligibility, which is they asking for what the last 3 years of full general lectures of your accounting record, your bank statement, your payroll register, and you need to upload it in the CSV format. I think this is because it's easier for any software to analyze your records. The CSV format is a very popular requirement when you upload it. And so it's just not only you just upload the profit and loss bank statement or balances, but they actually need to see your general lecture information. So, and I think that this is one of the part that most surprised for many business owners, that they think that, if you have been in business, you have been in business for 5 years, but only certified for one and got one contract, the SBA still want to see full 3 years of commercial book. Because why? They try to look into the logic gaps. Gap here that suggests you may no longer the economist's micro disadvantage, or that your firm is functioning as a pass-through entity. And this is not about only the revenue thing of it, but this is more about the consistency, the ownership, and the story behind it. So one of the example, last week or 2 weeks ago, we sit down and have a company to look into their profit and loss chart list. And on the paper, everything looked the same. But once I look into the balances, I found out that their undeposited fund is not looking fine. And then from there, we found that there was $200,000 revenue was booked wrong, and that is make the beginning balance in terms of transfer it into the balance sheet were wrong. And it wasn't a fraud, it wasn't intentional, but it's basically the bookkeeping technique were wrong, and that is why their book that have that information. So we corrected for them, and with that it's almost $70,000 in tax that on the profits that they actually never exist. So that is the difference between recording the data and understanding how the data works, actually profit and loss items to the balances item, how these items actually integrated together, and how we need to do things in the proper. Because if your bookkeeper actually do it wrong in that way, your balances is wrong, and when you send the document into the SBA for a audit, you might lose the certification and the eligibility of the AA program. So if you are like submitting the document right now, there are few areas that I think is very critical for you to actually pay attention on. Number one is the owner network calculation. If the owner draw and shareholder loan is not booked properly under the balances, SBA may just treat them at the personal wealth, and that may be a fact in terms of your eligibility. The number two is the CSV requirement, and like I said it before, that's CSV. I think it's just very easy for them to actually upload into any software that they use to prepare to process the audits. So make sure that you actually have a CSV file. And then the 3-year look back, even like a year with zero revenue, still requires some explanation on in terms of expense a bit, like any like gift, any loan from relative. Without like proper documentation, it will like raise the question that you don't want to answer under the pressure. So none of this is mean that you do something wrong in terms of accounting, but it's mean that it's just the way that you need to look at the financial records in the proper way. And I think like one of the most popular thing that I see so much in terms of how company clean up their book and catch up and review all their books. One of the things that I see very popular that people don't understand there's a real relationship between profit and loss and balance sheets. And so many bookkeeper that who has no experience or lack of experience or like standard understanding in terms of accounting, they will book a ton of things in the profit and loss statement, but they just basically like credit or debit it on the balance sheet, and that make the balances become like nonsense in terms of accounting standard. And once this happen, basically profit and loss is wrong because the financial report is wrong, and they think that they can hide it from the profit and loss, but it actually will show on the balance sheet if they don't understand in terms of accounting. That's just why like professional like me, like, I always look at the balance sheet first. But that is what one of the thing is. Once you understand that these reports has integrated together. So if your financial report it has something wrong on the balances, I'm sure that on the profit and loss, the item was actually wrong somewhere. So the deadline is coming on. It is January 19th, which is very hard deadline. So if you miss this, you risk like the administrative suspend, which means like no new contract, and a flash attack to your records. So make sure that you, between now and January 15 or 19, make sure that you actually have a professional help you to look into your financial record for the last 3 years and make sure that you compliance and the financial report actually. And I know that everyone is like working to close 2025 too. It's just a very compressed time. So make sure that you take a look in, and if you don't, your bookkeepers are not professional to actually understand all of this. Make sure you connect with professional. And if you have any question for us or need us to help you on to taking care of the compliance of it, just reach out to us. And the goal is very simple. That is review full year of story before you submit it and catch up any gap before the SBA does it. And if your company is like under 15 and employees and you want to like protect your certification, it is very important to reach out to professional, and our company can help you on that part too. Your technical expertise, the field that you are in, the industry that you are in, deserve to have a strong back office to support you and help you go through this process with the SBA. Thank you so much for your time today. And I hope this episode is very helpful for you. And if you need any support and help from us, just reach out and let us know if you have any question. Thank you so much for your time today, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.